They say your life can change in an instant. A single phone call, a missed stoplight, a wrong turn. For me, it wasn't an instant, but a stretch of 5 miles suspended over the coldest, darkest water I've ever seen. My name is Sarah, and this happened on the Mackinac Bridge, connecting Michigan's upper and lower peninsulas, on a night when the fog didn't just roll in, it swallowed the world whole. I'd been visiting a friend in St. Ignace for the weekend, and a late dinner meant I was hitting the bridge later than I'd planned. It was past 11 p.m., and a thick, pea-soup fog had blanketed the Straits of Mackinac. The iconic 5-mile span was reduced to a dimly lit tunnel, the massive suspension cables fading into a murky oblivion just a few feet above my car. I'm not usually nervous on the mighty Mac, but that night was different. The world had shrunk to the few yards of asphalt illuminated by my headlights. The usual majestic views of Lake Huron and Michigan were gone, replaced by a swirling, gray void. The only sounds were the rhythmic thump, thump, thump of my tires on the expansion joints and the low moan of a foghorn somewhere far below. I was about halfway across, the highest point of the arc, when I saw him. A figure walking on the pedestrian walkway against the flow of traffic. This in itself wasn't bizarre. People walk the bridge. It's a thing they do. But at near midnight, in dense fog, my headlights glinted off the metal grate of the walkway, and I caught his silhouette. He was tall, thin, and dressed in a dark, long coat that flapped around his calves, despite the eerie stillness of the air. He was walking with a purpose, a long, striding gait that seemed too quick, too urgent for a casual stroll. As I drew closer, my blood went cold. He wasn't just walking, he was staring, directly into the cars as they passed. His face was pale and stark in the gloom, a moon floating in the darkness. And on that face was a smile, a wide, impossibly broad smile that stretched from ear to ear. It was a smile of pure, unadulterated glee, but it didn't reach his eyes. His eyes were just dark pits, absorbing the light from my car without reflecting any back. Our eyes met for a fraction of a second as I passed him. That smile was aimed directly at me. It wasn't a friendly smile. It was the smile of a predator that had just spotted its prey cornered. A jolt of primal fear, sharp and electric, shot down my spine. My hands clenched on the steering wheel, my knuckles turning white. I stared into my rearview mirror, my heart hammering against my ribs. The fog swallowed my taillights almost instantly. But for a second, I could still see him. He had stopped walking. He had turned to face my departing car. And he was still smiling. I accelerated, desperate to put distance between me and that thing. The thump, thump, thump of the joints became a frantic drumbeat matching my pulse. Just get to the other side, just get to the tolls, just get to the lights. A minute later, I saw another figure ahead on the walkway. My breath hitched. Number. It can't be. I'm driving over 40 miles an hour. There's no way he could have. But it was him. The same dark coat. The same pale, moon-like face. The same horrific, unwavering smile. He was walking again, with that same unnerving stride, coming towards me. As I passed him, he turned his head, his neck swiveling smoothly, keeping that smile locked on me until I was past. I screamed, a short, sharp sound lost inside the confines of my Honda Civic. This was impossible. I was flooring it. He was on foot. There was no service vehicle, no other car that could have dropped him off. The bridge was a straight line. There was nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Terror, cold and absolute, gripped me. I was trapped on this 5-mile-long ribbon of concrete, suspended in the sky over a black abyss, with something that defied the laws of physics. I fumbled for my phone, mounted on my dashboard, to call 911. No service. Of course. Not on the bridge. I was sobbing now, tears blurring the already obscured road. I focused on the yellow center line, my lifeline. Just drive. Just drive. And then I saw him a third time, further ahead, materializing out of the fog like a specter. He was just standing there, motionless, facing the traffic, waiting. His arms were at his sides, but his posture was all wrong. It was too straight, too rigid. And that smile, it seemed even wider now, a grotesque gash splitting his face in two. I was screaming uncontrollably, a steady stream of no, 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 no. I couldn't swerve. I couldn't stop. I could only drive forward, right toward him. I slammed my hand on the horn, holding it down. The blare was pathetic, swallowed by the immense fog. As I hurtled toward him, I did the only thing I could think to do. I looked away. I wrenched my gaze from that smiling face and stared dead ahead at the road, praying I wouldn't veer off it. I felt a wave of coldness as I passed him, a deep, penetrating chill that seeped through the glass and metal of my car. It was the cold of deep water, of open graves. I didn't look in the mirror. I couldn't. I don't know how long I drove like that, hunched over the wheel, crying and praying. It felt like an eternity. But eventually, the fog began to thin. The far-off lights of Mackinac City emerged like distant stars. I saw the end of the bridge, the welcome solidity of land. I shot off the bridge and screeched to a halt at the toll booth, gasping for air. The attendant, a bored-looking older man, leaned out of his window. $5, he droned. I fumbled for my wallet, my hands shaking so violently I could barely get my card out. There's a man, I stammered, my voice ragged. On the bridge. A man in a coat. He's not right. You have to call someone. The toll attendant's demeanor changed instantly. The boredom vanished from his eyes, replaced by a weary, knowing dread. He didn't look surprised. He looked resigned. Tall? Thin? Smiling? He asked, his voice quiet. I could only nod, fresh tears welling up. He took my card, processed it slowly, and handed it back. His eyes were full of pity. "Ma'am," he said softly, "you're the third one tonight. Drive safe now. Get home." He pulled back into his booth, leaving me sitting there, frozen. The third one. He didn't radio anyone. He didn't seem alarmed. It was just a thing that happens. I drove the rest of the way home in a complete daze. I didn't stop shaking for hours. I reported it to the Mackinac Bridge Authority the next day. The woman on the phone was polite, took down my information, and thanked me. She said they'd noted in their logs. She didn't sound surprised either. I've done research since then, in whispers on online forums, in the darkest corners of local legend. There are stories. They call him the Grinner, a phenomenon, a ghost, something worse. He's been seen for decades, always on the foggiest, most isolated nights. He never does anything but watch and smile. But they say if you smile back, or if you stop your car, you never make it off the bridge. I haven't driven across the Mackinac Bridge since. I'll take the long way around every time, because I know, on the right kind of night, when the fog closes in and the world disappears, he's still up there, walking, waiting, smiling that terrible, endless smile. Have you ever driven alone at night and seen something on the road that you simply cannot explain? A face in the window, a figure that shouldn't be there. Share your story with this community. Sometimes, sharing the fear is the only way to make it feel smaller. You're not alone.